Hey loves, it's me again. I just thought of something, so I wanted to get on here and share it really, really quick. So, there is something that has hindered me for a very, very long time, and I want to help others from making the same mistakes as me. So, I'll start with a quote. Comparison is the thief of joy. Oh my gosh. Yes, it is. It is the thief of joy, and it will rob you of any type of happiness you've ever experienced. So, why am I talking about this? Because I have seen, well, like I said, I've experienced it. So, what I have done in the past is I would do something that made me feel good. I sold my first house. I sold a few houses, right? And, most people would feel really, really great about that. But instead of validating myself and saying, wow, you did great, pat on the back, help myself develop that winning mentality, I instead looked outside of myself at somebody who has been in the business 4 or 5 years and was like, well, I didn't sell fucking 36 houses. So that goes to show you that I'm just not good enough. And instead of validating myself for what I have done, I was putting myself down for not being where somebody else was. And there's another quote that I read that stop comparing someone's chapter or your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. And that was so huge for me to read that, because I literally put so much pressure on myself to be better simply because I was looking outside of myself at somebody else and seeing what they had done and what they had accomplished. And I was invalidating myself and my own accomplishments because I didn't feel that they were worthy of praise when I was looking outside of myself at someone else and seeing what they had done. And this robbed me of so many years. I cannot explain to you how often I would look outside of myself at somebody else and look at how they looked and compare myself to them in terms of how they look. And I'm not a bad looking person. So for me to constantly compare myself, I can only imagine how other people feel and what other people do and how they consciously do this every single day. And I stop just please stop doing that to yourself. It's the worst thing that you can do. So I was laying in bed the other day and I was thinking about this comparison, and I'm like, how can you say somebody is ugly? In comparison to who? How can you call yourself ugly if you're not comparing yourself? Who gave you the idea of beauty or the standard of beauty? Who gave you the standard of happiness? Who gave you the standard of success? Like, if you are not looking inside of yourself and coming up with your own definition of what those words means, then you're looking outside of yourself to validate these emotions and these feelings, and that in turn is comparison. You are comparing yourself to somebody else. You can't say you're ugly if you're uglier if you're not comparing yourself to anybody. You can't say you're less educated if you're not comparing yourself to anybody. You can't say you're stupid if you're not comparing yourself to anybody. You're right where you're supposed to be. And I hope that made sense, because it makes sense in my mind. But trying to verbalize it is a little bit more troublesome. But if you are not looking outside of yourself, you cannot compare yourself to anything. You literally are beauty. You are intelligence. You are kindness. You are loving. You are absolutely everything that you want to be when you are not invalidating yourself by comparing yourself to other people. I really hope you get the message. I really hope that made sense. Guys, please stop comparing yourself. I've did it for so many years, and I can tell you that it is the biggest trap. It is the biggest trap. I call comparison karma, because it feels like a trap. It literally feels like a trap. Like you are just completely taking away everything that you are and comparing yourself to somebody else, and you don't know their journey, you don't know their path, you don't know anything about them. And another thing that I want to talk about is looking outside of yourself at someone else and saying, I wish I could do that. Or I wish I was like that. You don't know what it takes. I have people who reach out to me and they're like, wow, I wish I could jump rope like that. Well, you can. Because boo, a month ago, 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, I could barely hop over the jump rope. I didn't just magically start jumping. I just decided I wanted to jump rope every day. And naturally, as you develop habits and routines and you start to learn more, you invest some time into educating yourself on the topic, then you become what it is that you're looking outside of yourself for. So you don't get better at football by sitting your ass on the couch and watching people play football. You actually become better by taking deliberate action and saying, you know what, I want to be good at football, so I'm going to take my ass outside and I'm going to run and I'm going to learn how to catch the ball and I'm going to fucking, learn, I don't know, damn plays, and, I'm going to do what it takes to make myself better. So that is the message. You can do anything you want to do. All you have to do is apply the same effort that the person you're looking at is applying in their life and doing what they're doing. Yes, you can look outside and say, oh wow, I would like to do something like that. You can say, that's great, I want that for myself. But don't invalidate who you are and where you currently are, because then you're never gonna do it. If you tell yourself, I'm stupid, I'm not smart, why are you gonna read? If you tell yourself, I suck at football, I'll never be good at football, well, you won't, because you're not going to take any action to be better, because you already made it up in your mind that you're not good. And, if you feel and you look at somebody else and you're like, wow, they're so beautiful, I could never look like that. Well, you're taking away everything that you are. You're putting who you are, the beauty inside yourself, is not being validated, is not being nurtured, because you're looking at someone else and comparing yourself. There is no standard of beauty. Beauty is who you are. You are beauty. There is no definition unless you look outside of yourself for it. So I hope this message makes sense. It was so important for me to get this off of my chest. So remember, guys, you are beautiful, you are kind, you are loving, and you are absolutely anything you want to be. Nobody is better than you. We all struggle. We all go through our own shit. And I promise you, if you ever look at my life and you think it's just amazing and great, you don't know. You don't know. You don't know me. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know how many years it has taken me to get out of a negative mentality. And that's why I show up here to share this with you, because I don't want anybody else to feel stuck like I have felt stuck for the last few years. And it was all because of me. I was stuck because of me. Nobody made me stuck. I just think so much. This is what I do. I think all day long, like literally all day. And when the words in your mind are continuously negative words, you develop a negative attitude, a negative mentality about life. And it is so hard to get yourself out of that. It's so hard. I needed somebody to help me get out of there, just shake me and be like, stop it. Just stop this shit. Stop looking outside of yourself. Everything you need is right here inside of you. You are everything you want to be. You are anything you want to be, as long as you are willing to put forth deliberate action, deliberate intention. Anyways, I feel like this message is all jumbled. Just want to get off my chest. Anyways, guys, love you.